How we do, guys? Welcome to a Mamemeister look at. Now, I did actually show this very briefly in a waffle, I think 2 weeks ago, but it certainly deserves a video all of its own. Now, this beast here, as you can tell, is a arcade control stick. Now, it's not just any arcade control stick, it's not one that you can just go and pick off the shelf. The reason I got this was John Studley, Pac-Man extraordinaire. I was talking to John and he mentioned that a sort of good friend of his basically makes these kind of bespoke controllers. Now, he made John one for his Pac-Man cab. Now, if it's good enough for a Pac-Man world champion, then it's going to be a good controller. And Mike, who actually puts these together, he buys what he classes as probably about the best joysticks you can really get, the best arcade joysticks you can get. Now, when John mentioned them, I contacted Mike and I asked him if I told him what I was looking for is a twin stick Robotron controller. So he gave me a design. He asked me, he asked me what buttons I kind of wanted on it. So you can see here, I mean, he's put this, obviously, I don't know what you call it, bezel, backdrop, whatever. It looks the absolute dog's bollocks. Now, the sticks that he uses, I'm not quite sure where he gets them from, but I mean, the sticks that are on my main cab are excellent, but I've got to say that these feel even better. I do like this sort of a shapy controller rather than the round kind of traditional joystick thing. It just feels really nice. The actual movement and clickiness, you can probably tell, it feels really good, and it's the same with the buttons. I mean, it just feels really solid, really nice. It feels just like what you'd expect from arcade buttons. So when you're playing two-stick Robotron, it's very light movement, but it gives such a good kind of positive feedback. So obviously what he's done here is he's got a button here. I don't know if you can actually see that. Probably can't because I'm a bit too close. There we go. Is that any better? There we go. Yep. He's got menu, start. Got one player. I've got coin. I've got pause, and then you've got the two buttons, which obviously can just be used for playing the games. Now, these are obviously just keyboard buttons. I think he's mapped that as up, down, left and right, but obviously you can just change these. You can go into MAME and you can just change them, but it's, it looks really nice. I mean, there's not a great deal to it, but it's really professionally made. It's got the little rubber feet in the bottom, kind of plasticky, but it feels nice and heavy. And it connects via USB, so it will just basically plug in to any PC, Mac, whatever you want, and work it. So yeah, it just feels such a nice stick. So anyway, I'm going to go and fire it up and put it through its paces. So back in a tick. Okay, right, this is obviously Robotron. Let's give this a wee go. Now, obviously you can't actually see the stick being used, but it just feels really sort of light in your hands. You don't have to force the stick in any direction at all. Hopefully I will do fairly well playing this game to prove what a good stick it is, but at the end of the day, having a good stick doesn't mean you're going to be particularly good at a game. But this game in particular, probably more than a lot of games, really depends on having good diagonals. You shouldn't have to force or try and find where you want to shoot. It should just be really fluent. And using this stick, it feels really good. Now, one thing I completely forgot to mention when I was actually showing you the stick earlier on. This is a screen you can always get big points if you're careful. Sorry, I'm stopping talking here, I'm too busy concentrating. Yeah, what I completely forgot to say to you was, Mike gave me 2 restrictor plates. Now what these are is they're basically just what they do what they say in the tin. You put them inside the controller, and it basically restricts the joystick from moving in certain directions. Now these restrictor plates are supposed to be ideal for Robotron. They're supposed to give you almost sort of arcade perfect joystick movement. Let's go for one more wee shot of that. So I'm just indulging myself in my favourite game. Yeah, I've not actually got these in because apparently it's really designed for Robotron, but I want to be able to use this stick for other games. But the movement just feels really nice to use. If anybody is interested in getting one of these sort of bespoke sticks, let me know and I shall certainly give you Mike's details. He's such a nice guy as well, you know. I mean, he was kind of keeping up to date with everything that he was doing, from, you know, the button layout to what keys he wanted me, what keys did I want him to sort of configure. Now I'm actually sitting down playing this. I should probably be standing up with this on the table. Bollocks. Right, anyway, let's jump in another game. Okay, here's one of my other favourite games, Berserk. It's a damned difficult game. Looks very simple, but it's far from it. Let's give it a blast. I've never played this game using this controller, so let's see how we get on. Because again, this game really demands good use of angles and diagonals.
Intruder alert, intruder. The humanoid must not escape. Attack the humanoid.
But the controls are really feather light.
Alert, intruder alert. Attack the humanoid must not escape. Intruder alert, intruder alert. Intruder.
He's a wee bit early. That's so interesting. You sod. This is one of these games. Whoa, it's it can be real unfair at times. There is a bit of luck involved in this game.
Destroy the intruder. Attack the humanoid. The humanoid must not escape.
Oh, come on, that was silly. I actually didn't realise I was sticking out quite so much. Come on, you sod.
Intruder alert, intruder alert.
Nice, scumball.
intruder must not escape. Destroy the humanoid. Intruder alert, intruder, the intruder must not escape. Charge it. Shoot it. Attack the intruder. Intruder alert, intruder alert.
The humanoid must not escape.
Got the humanoid.
I can honestly say this is an absolute joy to use. And he gets killed. Anyway, let's look at one last game, guys. Okay, the last game I'm going to look at, guys, is the classic 1942. Now again, this demands a good joystick for your angles. The buttons are really light, you know, you don't have to hammer them at all, although you can probably hear me hammering them, but ooh, that was close. And what you can't really see in this video, obviously, is just how quickly it responds. I mean, obviously that is a bit of movement, you've got to move it a fraction before it actually recognises it. That's because it's a digital joystick, but it really is, it's fluent, it feels great. And I'd go so far as to say that it feels that good that the temptation would be to actually favour these controls over the main cab controls. I mean, I love my main cab to bits, but I just really enjoy these joysticks. Balls. Last life. Well, I know I've got another 2 lives, but I'll just... Right, anyway, listen guys, that's enough. This is not a mashup at all, this is just me letting you see this stick in action. So anyway, yep, that is it. That is the Robotron twin stick, which I got from my mate Mike. So if anybody wants any information about getting their own stick, just please put some comments down below. And as usual guys, thanks for watching.